breaking to you. King Charles leaves Balmoral Castle with Camilla, the Queen consort, to travel to London. Ahead of his address to the nation, King Charles III leaves Balmoral for London. That's the latest coming in. In fact, this is part of the protocol. As we believe, King Charles will make an address to the nation, for which he has now left the Balmoral Castle with Camilla. Let's go across to Srinjoy joining us with more. Srinjoy, of course, there are very stringent protocols in place when it comes to the schedule that will follow now after the death of the Queen. If you can bring us up to date with what exactly will be the agenda from here on.
Well, the most important thing, of course, is the fact that King Charles III will take over as the third Charles here. And that will happen very shortly, because the Queen the Queen's funeral and all that is also there. But the important point here is that the King Charles III will be the next king, and there is absolutely no doubt about it. And it's very, very important moment in history, because here is someone who was at the center of things for 70 years. There is perhaps no other leader who has been at the center of things for 70 years. Perhaps the only exception is His Holiness the Dalai Lama. And the Queen has seen everything. When she took over as the Queen, Joseph Stalin was the supreme leader in the Soviet Union. She has seen the Cold War. She's seen everything from Cold War to COVID. And all that experience, all that knowledge will probably have been passed on already to King Charles. And we will have to see King Charles, who has great interest in the environment, in sustainable agriculture, in farming without insecticides and chemical fertilizers. He could well be the right man at the right time.
Okay, Srinjoy, stay with us. We are also going to talk about how India has the government of India has decided to observe a day of mourning. The world joins UK in mourning the loss of Queen Elizabeth II, the longest-serving British monarch. The government of India has decided there will be one-day state mourning on the 11th of September in the wake of the Queen's demise. The Queen's eldest son, King Charles III, has taken the throne now. Queen was the head of the state of not just United Kingdom, but also 14 Commonwealth countries, including Canada, Australia, New Zealand and Jamaica. The Queen will lie in state in Westminster Hall for about 4 days before her funeral, allowing members of the public to pay their tributes. The exact day of the funeral yet to be confirmed by Buckingham Palace. So, Srinjoy, coming back to you on that, and as we know, it's going to be a long-drawn process right up to the funeral. There are several important issues, or rather things in the protocol, in the part of the protocol. One of the things that you were mentioning about King Charles, now King Charles III, who has taken over as the monarch. But it seems there's some amount of resistance as well from countries like Australia, for instance, that have been saying that this is the time now to end the so-called monarchy and perhaps have UK as a republic. Any thoughts on that, Srinjoy, at this stage?
Different views on it. And if there were to have an opinion poll, it will probably be a significant number would want a republic, but a very, very large number would want the monarchy to stay. That at least is in Britain. As far as other countries are concerned, well, they have a choice. The king, and before him, the Queen, is not only the king of Britain, but he is also the head of the Commonwealth, and he's the head of the Church of England. So these are important positions. As head of Commonwealth, you have a role to play. As head of the Church of England, you have a role to play. King Charles will have all these things. And as I had said, he has great interest in certain areas. He was seen as someone who wasn't quite there because of the way he talked with plants and all that. Now people are realizing that what he has said about, being green and all that is all actually, much of it is true. And his interest in ecology and all that may make him the right man at the right time. With, global warming and all that happening, it's Charles, with his interests, with his knowledge, he can provide leadership to the world on issues like global warming.
Like you said, there would be a number of opinions in that regard. Thanks very much for joining us, Rinjoy, with the latest information.